Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today is another Makeup Monday, and for today's Makeup Monday, we're going to do something a little bit different. Normally what I do on Makeup Monday is I do my makeup basket, which is where I show you the makeups that I'm going to be using throughout the next 2 weeks. And I also do hauls on Makeup Monday, and I do makeup reviews. But for this Makeup Monday, I want to talk to you guys about the lifespan of our makeup. I know when we get involved with the beauty community here on YouTube, when we get involved with the beauty community as far as like vlogging and blogging, we tend to get sucked into this world where we want to hoard so much makeup. And it's kind of unhealthy because makeup only has a lifespan that really ranges from 6 months to about 2 to 3 years, and 3 years is kind of pushing it. So we buy all this makeup and then we get stuck on the newest thing, or we get stuck on our favorite thing, and a lot of it gets neglected and a lot of it just sits. With that being said, I'm just going to go through each product that I have here and just give you a little bit of information on how long you're supposed to keep them. And, you know, if I have any tips on how to clean your products, then I'll go ahead and mention those as well. So the first thing I have to mention is powder foundation. Now, with powder foundation, it's much like a lot of other powdered makeup products. They tend to last you on average about 2 years. Okay, you get 2 years of wear out of your product, and after 2 years you're supposed to throw them away. The way to keep these products clean is to make sure that you're using a clean brush every time you dip into the product. And also these little sponges, most of these powder products come with a compartment that has a space for the sponge. Now, you want to utilize this space and keep your sponge in here. I know a lot of people tend to keep their sponges on top of the powder. That's not the best thing to do, because then you go and you touch up your face with the sponge and you dip in and you touch up, and you're depositing all the oils from your face onto the sponge. You're depositing, you know, whatever bacteria or residues on your face, and then you go ahead and you leave this sitting on top of your powder. And what that does is it contaminates it, and it causes all the oils and the bacteria on the sponge to seep into your powder. And then you'll notice after a while your powder has this film on it that it doesn't work the same way that it used to. If you're really thorough with cleaning your brushes and cleaning any things that you dip into here, you might get a good 3 years out of it. But after that, you really have to toss your powder foundation. Now, liquid foundation, you're supposed to only keep it for about a year. But I know that the ones that come with a pump, you can keep them for a little bit more than a year because they're a little bit more sanitary. And the ones that you open up that don't have a pump, that you usually have to either pour out or dip your brush into, these you have to get rid of within a year because of all that bacteria that builds up every time you go ahead and use it. And then you're depositing it onto your face, and then, you know, it can lead to breakout, it can lead to skin irritation, it can lead to all kind of things on your face that you're probably wearing makeup to avoid. So after a year, for most liquid foundations, you want to toss them. The ones with the pump, you get a little longer of a lifetime with them. Now we have powdered blush and cream blush. Powdered blush, again, like powdered foundation, the powdered products, this will last you on average about 2 years, okay? The cream blushes, however, will last you 1 year. After a year of having a cream blush, you want to go ahead and toss it. And the way to clean these, to give your product a little bit longer of a lifespan when it comes to blushes, how I clean them is I take a sanitizer, or a what's the word I'm looking for? An antibacterial cleanser, and I always remove the top layer. That's why it kind of looks crazy in here. I remove the top layer, or you can take a makeup spatula and you just remove that top layer and just wipe it off. Make sure you remove the product off with the spatula every time you go through. Beauty So Clean makes makeup cleaning products that will help you extend the lifespan of your makeup. So if you don't want to go out and purchase Beauty So Clean, you can go ahead and just get a spray bottle and put in some diluted alcohol and spritz over your powder products and leave them and let them dry. Next up, I have concealers. Now, you have cream concealers. They can come in a palette like this, or they can come in a pot. Anything that you have to stick your fingers into directly, or you have to stick your brush into directly. This is why it's so important to make sure that your brushes are always clean. Anything that you have to stick or had to have direct contact with, you are supposed to get rid of it within a year. That's just the lifespan of cream products. When it comes to stick concealers like these can last you about 2 years, mostly because when you're dealing with a product like this, you are only rolling up the amount that you need at the time, so the rest of it really isn't being exposed to the air, to even just speaking over your makeup. You know, it's not being exposed to anything that can contaminate it in any way. And then also, when you're done, every time you're done using something like this that's in a stick, you want to take a antibacterial wipe or a makeup cleansing wipe, and you want to take off that layer that has come in contact with your skin. Next, we have eyeshadow. It's when it comes to powdered eyeshadow palettes. These last you 3 months to a year. Okay? 3 months to a year on average. If you're cleaning them properly, spraying them with antibacterial spray, or taking care of them the way you're supposed to, these can last you a bit longer. And I know there's nobody out there that finishes an eyeshadow palette in a year, and definitely no one is throwing away their eyeshadow palette within a year. So that is why it's so very important to clean and disinfect your makeup. So once again, 3 to 12 months. And 3 to 12 months, it depends on how dry of a formula your powder eyeshadows are, because you have some powdered eyeshadows that are still very creamy and very moist in their texture, and the more moisture that is in the product, the sooner you're going to have to toss it. Okay, and then we have cream eyeshadows. Cream eyeshadows, much like these, the color tattoos are usually any base. These you usually get 6 months out of. After 6 months, you want to go and toss it. The drill, cream products, 3 to 6 months on average. So that's that. And then we have my weakness, and that is lip products. That's where that's what gets me when I go makeup shopping, lip products. And so, but even still, with the lip products, they all have a deadline. Especially lip products, they have a deadline. You have things like lip glosses, lip balms, lipsticks, chapsticks, anything that comes in contact with your lips. So the more lipstick kind of product, you get a year to 2 years. A year to 2 years of wear out of these products. Okay, I've recently gotten into the habit of trying to preserve mine a little bit longer by cleaning them. But even still, even with cleaning, you're gonna eventually have to throw them away because the lipstick itself begins to break down. So a year to 2 years. Don't try to overdo it too much. This is where I am learning to have more self-control, because it's going to expire, you know. Then you have things like lip glosses. You have the ones that have the brushes like these. You know, all of that product gets left in the brush. All of that product gets left in the brush. And the same thing with the bacteria that's on your lips. If you've eaten, you have bacteria from your food, bacteria from just being interactive with other people, and you go and you put this on your lips, and then you leave it there. We don't really clean this brush. So this, I believe, is about, something like this is about 6 months to a year. And then you have ones like these as well that have the wand. Unless you're cleaning this after every use, so pull it out, use it, take a antibacterial wipe or spray or something, clean this off, and then insert it again, you are going to have to toss this, because if you're not doing that, you're putting back all of that bacteria into your tube. So try that for a cleaning method. Lip glosses like these, you want to get rid of these within a year. These squeezy tube lip glosses, especially because of the way the direct contact we have with it, the plastic, the soft plastic, you know, it degrades and it gets mixed in with your product. Creamy, it's very creamy. you want to toss it. Lip balm, you get about a year to 2 years with lip balm. So when it comes to liners, liners are variable. You get about, on average, a year and more out of your liners. The way to make sure that you can extend the life of your liner, because all that product on the inside is protected. It may dry out on you before you even have to throw it away, but the way to ensure that your liners stay fresh is to sharpen them after every use. And I know you feel like you're wasting products when you do that, but it's better to prevent than to cure. So it's better to avoid the infected eye, and it's better to avoid having a breakout on your lip by cleaning your pencils after every use, which is sharpening them. You know, it's better to avoid it than to have to have a problem, have the eye infection, have the infection on your lip, and have to go and get some kind of pharmaceutical help. So you want to sharpen these after every use. And these, you know, eyeliners, the price range varies on these, but they're not that expensive to where, you know, you have to be crying after every time you buy these. So sharpen them after every use. Give it a sharpen. And what that does is it removes the previous contact from when you used it. Well, we have gel liner and then we have mascara. These 3 months. Every 3 months you're supposed to be getting rid of these. Now, I have had this for more than 3 months, and this is definitely something I should probably toss. Because I don't really, this is kind of difficult to clean. I do try going in with a sanitizing wipe, but you know, eventually this is going to have to go. Mascaras, I am now in the habit of tossing my mascaras every 3 months. That used to be a difficult thing for me because I used to feel like, it's not empty, why am I throwing it away? But think about it. This mascara wand makes contact with your lashes, your eyes, your skin, whatever. However often. I wear mascara pretty much every day, so it makes contact every day. So it's like any dust, anything that is, any microscopic thing that is on my lash gets deposited in the combs and the bristles of this mascara brush, and then it goes back in here and it sits. So it's important. Every 3 months, toss it, because I started noticing myself personally, like with my mascara, after my mascara I would put it on, and you know, after a while my makeup's on, and then I started getting some kind of eye irritation, and I just thought maybe, you know, it was the dry eyes, whatever. But it turns out, you know, I was keeping my mascaras for too long. So this is something I've definitely learned to let go of. Okay. And yeah, guys, the only other things that I can mention are things like nail polishes. And nail polish is another funny thing. You get about a year or more out of your nail polish. Things like your brushes, sponges. These type of sponges are disposable sponges. You don't want to keep these sitting on top of your powders. You want to use these. If you can get a reuse out of it, you want to cleanse it really, really well and make sure you let it dry properly. Or just get some disposable sponges. That's always better. Do it with the disposable sponge. If you have a beauty blender, you want to clean your beauty blender after every use because of the amount of product that gets trapped inside of that blender and the amount of bacteria that builds onto that product. So cleanse that after every use. Any multi-purpose items, you know, like you have some products where you have their lip and cheek, those expire after 6 months. So yeah, guys, that is all that I have for you. This video is a little long-winded. I'm tired, I'm thirsty. Oh, and another thing, try not to store your makeup in the bathroom. I know if you have cabinets and things like that, it's easy to want to put things under there, put your makeup under there, or put them behind your medicine cabinet. But the temperature also affects your products, because you take a hot shower and then it cools down, and if somebody else takes a hot shower, so the hot and cold affects the lifespan of your makeup as well. And then there's also the bathroom. There's also, you know, bacteria, fecal matter and things that float in your air. Just try not to store, if you can help it, try not to store your makeup in your bathroom, because that does shorten the longevity and the effectiveness of your makeup. But yeah, that is all. I hope that, you know, this was informative for somebody. I hope that it was able to just give you some insight on this product. That I'm kind of getting out of hoarding makeup. I wasn't too bad to begin with, but even still, my little stash that I got is still more than average. I'm getting out of it because I figured I may as well. I figured I may as well just use up what I have, and then when I'm done, I'll go ahead and repurchase this. I don't need to stack and stack and stack, and then all that leads is to me having to buy more storage, okay, to put away the stuff. So like I said, wasn't too bad to begin with, but I still have to do better. And so, yeah, I gotta get out of hoarding lipsticks. That's my biggest thing, hoarding lipsticks. Everything else I can control, but when I see a new lipstick and sometimes a new blush, I get so excited. But it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Okay. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you in the next one. Don't forget to thumbs up and to subscribe and to chime in down below and leave your comments and your feedback and let me know, you know, if you agree with anything that I've said, if you have any tips and tricks on cleaning your makeup and prolonging the life. If you have anything like that that you want to let us know down below, feel free to do so. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.